The Emotional Life of Your Brain. This is a book I was given by my dad there, and I've actually given the surveys to friends, so I thought I'd kind of spread it out to more people, so possibly learn something here on emotional style. There's many studies in here about other studies. The people went and studied different groups around the world, and it's just amazing to find out some things about the emotional style. I highlighted the areas that I felt were more valuable, like a feeling that does persist, remains consistent over minutes or hours or even days, is a mood of the he's in a bad mood variety, and a feeling, the characteristics you not for days but for years, is an emotional strait, it's called. So grumpy, or the way they see the world, they're mad at the world, angry. So as a beginning, there's dimensions, slow to recover, there's a style. Then it talks about resilience. There's some people that, whether what circumstances, marriage, divorce, a new job, or you get fired, there's an emotional style. 6 dimensions, it says. Bulleted, outlook, resilience, social institutions, self-awareness, sensitivity to contents, and attention, how sharp and clear you focus. So it's really just a nice, refreshing study. A rule of thumb in science is that any new theory that hopes to supplant what came before must explain the same phenomena that the old theory did, as well as new ones. So I talk about Isaac Newton and Einstein, their gravitational phenomena. It's just a very perceptive way of your journey in life. There's impulsive awareness. There's patient, combination of self-awareness and high sensitivity. So this book is quite a great resource for emotions. I had another book called Buried Emotions Alive, Buried Alive, and it just had very incredible amounts of feelings and emotions that I have never even heard of. It's quite, it was it was a learning experience. I'm trying to find that book, and again, I can learn from it and teach it and read about it. It's an extraordinary subject. The different areas of the brain here. This is your emotional center here. I know the right and the front, the left and the right cortexes are very extreme areas that control your creative side and your constructive side. Einstein here, our emotional style says, I am not saying that it is theoretically possible to shift your place on one of the continua of emotional style, or that such a shift is possible only in principle. See, they do researches on resilience, social intuition, coping mechanisms, sensitivity of your own, and you can use these great chapters on, always at home, at work, with when you're out in your personal life, with your family. Things got off to a bad start. Then you can apply the tools in this book to kind of go over some of the extraordinary communicative patterns that we have from birth to death. And I mean, in here, he's even talked to, I think, the real big meditators of Asian arts. I think Buddha was one of them. Just plenty of learning here. The Good Samaritan going to aid someone in distress. Very good examples of the differences between a political person and like the Dalai Lama or Mary, or what's her name? The one who just gives unconditionally to the world. Do you know who I'm talking about? The kinds of people seem to see a silver lining in unhappiness or anxiety. So as you see unhappiness or anxiety, there's a silver lining. And you can search that. Okay. I think that this author is quite an expert in your compassion areas. They've been to India here even. Like I said, a lot of meditation to the heart of, like, OCD circuit is producing another obsessive thought. I know it's not real, but just static from a faulty circuit. So maybe they go into detail about the different areas too. Healthy regions. There's musical practice, expanding regions responsible for the sensitivity of the finger digits, absence of visual signals, induce visual cortex to produce sounds or touch instead. So the brilliancy of understanding how sensitive and complex the brain is, to realize that every move we make is a manifestation of overactivity, or even what patients here would think. Thinking about their thoughts is a new way had altered patterns of brain activity. And it's about either the comfort of breaking them or defining is crucial to my belief. Similarly, alter patterns of off brain activity, maybe that are harmful, or you have to adapt to a new environment, changing those activities. So changing, I had a experience with a car accident, having to determine the activity of the head injury. A blunt trauma to the head was going to change the patterns of my thinking. Emotions help us appreciate others and the world around us. They make life meaningful and fulfilling. May each and every one of you flourish in your well-being and help others to do the same. So they hope that the questionnaire in Chapter 3 helps with that. And I hope, too, that the awareness you have seen that who you are today does not need to be who you are tomorrow. And to me, that was just a real big relief. Our emotional style is ours for the creating. And there's a lot of references to scriptures about that. Renewing our thoughts in Romans every day. Our thoughts, or your thoughts in Psalms, are big, and they're much bigger than ours. So again, the quizzes, we can go again on the continuance of this, if we are able to, depending on how many viewers are going to, throughout their research, find something here that will want the continuance of reading this teaching. So again, this is why are some people so quick to recover from setbacks while others wallow in despair? this question kind of leads to our identity, which is an emotional life. So our emotions are very, very powerful, and we're stronger than we know. And we can use them to our own, and no one else has to understand or need be, as we come together in faith and unity through work, family, love for a hobby, sports and art. So again, I'm doing this on behalf of the recommendation of my 2012 birthday. I was to read, learn, and teach from Dad. I don't know, my dad's always had this really great, precise writing. So, I mean, I just think he has a very good organization skill. So, don't miss out on the Smart and Lively book by the world's foremost expert on emotion in the brain, from Daniel Gilbert of Stumbling on Happiness. So I hope you get the book and find out how to teach and keep learning and reading just about the different functions that they use to discover the greater activity. From the left frontal's positive emotions to the right frontal of negative emotions was only the opening bell in the quest for the brain basis of what would become the outlook component of emotional style. There's a great quiz in here, and I hope we can find it right now, on how to explore people in crowds and imagine the deeper sensitivity of their being. You find in their faces, and in the 90% or the 7% is communication, is all there is in talking, and there's a greater sense of communication through body language. So visuals even are more powerful than words. People gain more from visuals. So if I show you a pack of index cards, they're blank. Right away I think magic trick. Right away I think from the top of my head, I did not plan this. I did not prepare this. I did not research. So I'm currently right. But through our life's experiences, there's good reason to give recommendation to have index cards, because they will show you things that are very important to you according to the subject of your most concerned and needed. And I know for a fact index cards are a great study for school education tests. I use them for studies of myself by terms, vocabulary terms. Then you put the vocab word and then the definition. And so, as you can see, this is a great tool for emotional study. With that, I will go ahead and proceed in my researching on emotion and gaining more of a journey out of my journey with others who too are going through a lot of changes in their brain, training their minds to get through their work day, their family moments, kids growing up, college and growing up, aging and whatnot. Well, thank you for listening. And again, I hope you would put your most valuable information on just a simple index card and find out just how your emotional style changes through remembering from a simple card and expanding your memory, collection of important tasks.